Aloha, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I'd like to thank my son. Thank you, son. I appreciate everything you do for us. Because of you, we have all of our music lessons on YouTube, and you've been doing it for years now. Ladies and gentlemen, I just like to acknowledge the genius of my son. He started making use of the YouTube when back in the day when Olelo had us in Kika tips. I'd like to thank what I'm doing now is we're working on this subject, how to succeed in the music business. And then I'll give you the po'imo Olelo, which is a story. I'll give you a story, and it's going to lead up to the lesson. Okay, back in the day, Mark Kokoban made us the flyer. You can turn to the flyer. Mark Kokoban, he was in OCC when he did that. I went to OCC and I picked it up. He's a dear friend of ours. Thank you, Mark Kokoban. Also, on what I'm talking about is this, Kika tips. Kika means guitar in Hawaiian. Kika. Okay, so what happens is, thanks to Mark, he did the sign for us that we started doing segments on Olelo. Thanks to my son. This is with the camera. And on Olelo, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank and acknowledge, we had Mackie Fury, Marty Friedman. He's a famous rock guitar player. Of course, Mackie Friedman. Mackie. Yeah, Mackie. He's with Kalapana. Was with Kalapana. Thank God for Mackie. And also Cecilia and Topono. We had Mitch from Guitar Tech. We also had Brian Yasue. And we have other people that came in to share the lessons on Kika tips, like how we're giving lessons now. I'm so happy, and I'd like to thank, while he was alive, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Smith came on that program. And I met Johnny when he did a seminar over here, and I gave him a lei. You know, I appreciate him coming down and he shared his mana'o with us. Just to mention that much for now. I'm going to acknowledge other people too, just to thank them for everything that they do for us. This is the po'imo Olelo of Kika tips. Now what we're dealing with is how to succeed in the music business. Now, to succeed in the music business, I want to share with you guys something important. You are to register every idea that you have. It's at the Kamehameha statue. You go in the back, ask what building, the building in the middle, Ali'iolani. Go on the 3rd floor and register your name, register your idea. Register. Yes, it's going to cost you $51. So the reason why you want to register your name is to protect your idea, because it came from you, right? So you don't want anybody to steal your idea and say it's theirs. Like I said, we have lawyers over here. Our lawyers are Jan Weinberg, Miles Briner, who's doing the Kealoha's case. We have Mark Kawata, Khalid Mushtaba, John Kills, Mr. William Sink, Mr. Morikawa, and the list goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, register your song title, register your song, register your idea before you put it on YouTube. Once you register it, and then flaunt it on YouTube. Put it on YouTube. You know, mix musical arts, Kika tips, how to succeed in the music business. The jazz workshop, Mokotari designs, Pupuli Pa'ani. Put it all there, you know. That's how to succeed in the music business. So what I'm telling you is one of the secrets that I learned. I learned this from Mark Judy. He's my sister's husband who passed away. I went with him. He was a contractor from Washington. He came and he built houses all around, very prolific and successful. He went to that register place, and I accompanied him, and he registered the name. Ever since then, he taught me what to do, why to do it, and how to do it. You know what I mean? So I'm sharing with you right now, how to succeed in the music business. We started off with ukulele, the story. Now we're moving on to how to succeed in the music business. Okay, now we're going to move on to the lesson. So the lesson here deals with alternative tuning. Tuning. Okay. Alternative TIV tuning. Okay, what is standard tuning? Starting with the 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is it, Angelo?
E.
E6.
A.
A5.
D.
D4.
G.
G3.
B.
B2.
E.
E1. Okay, that's a standard tuning. And the sets that you can get, it starts off, you can get the dyne, you can get the electric guitar sets starting from dyne, or classical guitar sets, starting from 9 or 10. You can also get the jazz guitar sets. What I suggest, I'd like to give out a shout out to Reed at Dan's Guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, remember that name, Reed's at Dan's Guitar. That man has been with us since we started. We got our guitar from him. He's a repairman. He repairs for Dan's Guitar. I'd like to give a shout out to Christy. She's the wife of Dan. They just celebrated their 20th anniversary. So for alternate tuning, for your standard tuning, this is what it is. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm putting on this Dunlop thumb pick and a finger pick. Okay, here's the tuning. E, A, D, G, B, E. Our music ear training, right? So the two is supposed to sound alike. They're 2 octaves apart. Okay, so the standard tuning is here, and then so for the standard tuning, your memory tool is starting with the 6th string. Every animal does good before eating, so you can memorize your strings. Here it is, starting with the 6th string. Every animal does good before eating. E, A, D, G, B, E. Every animal does good. Every animal does good before eating. E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay, ready? What's the name of the 6th string? What's the name of the 5th string? What's the name of the 4th string? What's the name of the 5th string? 3rd string? What's the name of the 2nd string? What's the name of the 1st string? Okay, what's the name of the 1st string and the 6th string? Very good. They're both these. Okay, very good. Now, with that said, we're going to move on. Now, from the standing tuning, something I'd like to share with you, M.M.A. Andre Puxniho and Putski Avi. We were doing a music job at Stingray Lounge over at the airport. So what happens is Andre is the relative to Jerome Coco and Johnny Coco. Johnny. They're from the Makaha Sons. And there's Jerome, Mooney, and Johnny. So what happens is when we're doing a job at the Stingray Lounge, M.M.A. story. Boogs came in. Boogs is Jerome. He came in with Johnny. So after we got done with the set, I went in the back and Boogs taught me this, ladies and gentlemen. I learned this from Boogs, from the Makaha Sons. So this is from standard tuning. He hit the D like this. And he brought down the E to the D. So whenever you tune, your alternative tuning, you slack, be sure you stretch the strings. Now you have a low D bass. So now you have this. The 6th string is not D. So what we're dealing with is the key of D. So the 1 chord in the key of D is D. The 4 chord in the key of D is G, and the 5 chord, 5/7 is E7. So you just want to be concerned with those 3 chords. Those are the main chords when you do song. Here's a D right here, D bass. Okay. So the G would be D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. This is the G now. So you make adjustments on the intonation. The A7 is this one. G, D, A7, back to D. Okay, that alternative tuning, basically, I'm going to call that Barques tuning. Barques is a name out of respect for Jerome. I learned that from Andre Puxnihor, that's his relative. Andre Puxnihor and I, we went around the world playing Hawaiian music. And Andre Puckett is my teacher for Hawaiian music, and also the Makaha sons, Mooney and all those wonderful Jerome and Johnny. Okay, so we have the standard tuning. Now we have, from standard tuning now, we have standard, it's called drop D. So in other words, everything is the same, but you're just simply dropping the D. Alternative tuning, we call that Barques tuning. But Jerome tuning, Jerome Coco. Okay, the next alternative tuning, of course, is the one that I showed you guys initially. Is let's try this one here. Let's go. What's the name of the open string? Please help me. What is it? E?
E, A, D, G, B, E.
Okay, let's see what happens. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. How about we do this? We change the 6th string to a C. You just try that. So, everything else is standard. So I'm going to hit the C over here. Stretch it out first. It's like a wild stallion. You got to break it in. The string, so it stays in tune, so it cooperates. Otherwise, it'll keep going flat on you when you start to play. Because the string has memory. It wants to return to its original memory. So now here's a C. Training, ladies and gentlemen. Chord. So one of the benefits of alternative tuning is ear training. One of my friends is Philip Akau, Jimenez Akau, Louis Akau's son. We used to go watch Louis at the Queen Surf with Gary Shimabukuro and the bass player. Well, anyway, one time I was in a session with Mott, and he kept tuning the guitar. I was wondering, how can he keep tuning? because the strings has memory. Once you go back to its original memory, to its original position. In other words, here's a C with a little C. So your F is the same over here. So C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F would be over here. Yeah? So the G would be here. The F would be over here. C. There's a 1 chord. The 4 chord is the F, right? So the F would be, okay, so the F is right here. Okay, G. That's it. The G would be here. There's a G right there. So this one here, what we can do is change this A to the G. So what happens when we change that to the G? Here we go. So I'm going to strike this G. My G is now here. C bass, G bass. Now the 4 chord we have to consider is the F, right? So here's the F over here. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F. This is F. C, F, O, G. Back to C. This tune here. C, G, D, G, B, C. Okay, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing alternative tuning. I'll be back. Ho'oloi, listen. Ho'oko, practice, and holomua, succeed. I got that from Kaleolani Isaacs. God bless. Aloha nui.